What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. What a beautiful day it is out here in California. So excited to have my next interview going with Scott Romacker. It's so awesome to have you on. Scott, you are, it says right there, lighting leader for me, but really that should be shifted over to your side because you really are the lighting leader. So
I don't know.
appreciate you coming in. And what we're doing is showcasing vendors, speakers that are going to be at CLIPA Con 2025. Very excited. We partnered up with a huge convention this year and
Awesome.
looking forward to, it's on August 19th, 20th. If you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure you do because it will sell out. So we want to make sure you get yourself a seat. Come see all these great speakers, vendors, showcasing their products and their talents and helping you take your business to the next level, helping you level it up this year. So looking forward to it. Scott, welcome to the program. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thanks. I really looking forward to it, and I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, very excited. So let's talk about a little bit about Scott. Let's have you introduce yourself. What do you do? I mean, people don't know you.
Right.
I know what you do, but I'd love to hear from you exactly what you do and what industry you're in, because you're not in the holiday lighting industry per se.
Right.
You do lighting.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, Scott Romacker, and, I'm in the landscape lighting industry, and I've, over the course of, 25 years this year, I got into it in 2000, and, I've done everything from the design, installation, build systems to going as far as becoming actually a journeyman electrician through that process as well. And then the last 10 years, I've really worked more on the manufacturing side and really helping, different contractors across the country, kind of get into the industry a little bit and, product selection and design consultations and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's wraps up in a nutshell the past 25 years, although there's a lot more ups and downs along the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you could talk all day about past and all that stuff, the ups and downs and stuff like that, but you persevered. Here you are now.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely.
Well. Tell me a little bit about the outdoor lighting hub. That's something new. We talked about it a little bit. I don't know if you can divulge too much about it, but what's going on in that?
Yeah, and I appreciate you asking. I mean, so the outdoor lighting hub is really just something that's been kind of built with more of my passion, and it's basically an online outdoor lighting learning platform for people to come to. We're starting to build a network, but right now we've got a new course that we just came out with called The Bright Beginnings. Okay. And what really inspired that stuff is really more or less just working with different contractors over the last 25 years and seeing that there was a little bit of a gap in the industry and wanting to kind of fulfill that with the education that we can provide.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. And that's a new venture you're taking on right now.
I mean, we started this year, we're still working on it. We got a long ways to go still, but we've got people enrolled in the course, which is great. We're going to start doing, more of the webinars and stuff like that. We've got a couple things up there right now. So, but it's really also a platform that I'm wanting to bring in other professionals to talk about. Because, in the, course of this time, I've met a lot of great people that do a lot of really good stuff. And I've learned so much from so many different people. And I'm really trying to also give them that platform so they can teach and educate kind of the future of landscape lighting as well, too.
Yeah. So if you have thought about getting in the landscape lighting industry, if you're not in the holiday lighting, if you're just like, I don't know what this CLIPA Con is, I don't know what is CLIPA, I've heard people call it Clipper. I don't know. But if you are looking to get into that space, I would highly recommend you come see Scott and speak. If you're in this industry of landscape lighting, everybody knows Scott. He is a pioneer of the industry, of the landscape lighting industry. Just an amazing guy. So tell us a little bit about what you are doing at CLIPA Con, what people can expect if they do come and watch you speak, when they come watch you speak.
Right. There you go. So, one thing that I really, over this course of, the 10 years, I've obviously seen, and I have made a lot of mistakes, and I've seen a lot of, mistakes that happen from, company to company. So what I really want to talk about, and really could be implemented into any of your service businesses, but what I'm going to focus on during my time on the stage is going to really be the property walkthrough. And as elementary as this may sound, there's so many times that going out, to a property, meeting with the customer, not all the information is gathered, and for those who are getting into the landscape lighting industry, those who are already in it, I think there are some critical things that you really need to make sure that you're getting, because they cause so many little problems down the road. And that's what I've seen. I've seen guys that are, they're pricing themselves right. They're doing all the right things, but they're making 2, 3, 4 trips back to the job site. So we're going to talk about that. And really, what I'm going to talk about, even if you're not in landscape lighting, you can implement it into your business, for sure.
Yeah. You're doing a lot of what we do for the holiday lighting and training people, teaching them, because we've done so many mistakes over the years, but we learn from those mistakes. And that's the great thing about what we do here. And I'm an installer too. I'm out there all the time in the field doing installs. So that allows me to take, what I learn. I'm learning new things. Things change, things develop over time. Absolutely. So it allows you to get out of the field and get back into the training side of it and teaching people, hey man, you're not going to learn this on YouTube. So if you think you can try to learn the business on YouTube, there's little tricks, little things that you're going to pick up within these training courses that's it's going to help you in the long run. And a lot of people are doing Band-Aid fixes when they go out there and just, oh, it looks great, all shiny and new when we first install it, but it falls apart, down the road.
It does. And all too well, and if, you've got a few different businesses, you've got to have things in place. You got to have those checklists.
A lot of people building their foundation on sand, not a solid foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. Excited to see you speak. The lighting hub and stuff like that, is that for new people? Is it somebody just getting in the industry? Who are you trying to attract and cater to? Or is it across the board? Like, hey, I can bring somebody in like CLIPA trainings. We can bring somebody in that's, been doing this for 20, 25 years and I've done it. And they're like, wow, I've learned so much. And, and it's not my way or the highway. I mean, I learn from them too. Like, what are you doing this at? I'm asking questions in my training because I want to learn from them. I want to surround myself with people that I can learn from as well. I don't know everything, obviously, and I'm sure you don't know anything about the landscape lighting. Because as much as I'd like to say I do, I don't. But I like to learn from other people. So what level are you looking at here? Is this for newbies or is this for people that are existing in the landscape lighting industry?
Yeah, right. No, that's a good question because, it is maybe even a little confusing if you were to go to the website right now. We obviously have a new course called Bright Beginnings, which obviously is for newer people or people that want to maybe, strengthen up their foundation, if you will. But ultimately, the platform is going to have, multiple courses. One of the next thing that we're working on is, actually a course that's going to talk about pricing and, knowing your numbers. That's I think a really big one as well, too. So there'll be a lot of stuff that no matter your level, it's just not going to maybe be just, all elementary stuff for just the beginning. Although that's where I am really focused, just being my passion. But this isn't the Scott Romacker show at the Outdoor Lighting Hub. This is very much going to be other people that you've heard of and talked to in this community that will be able to help educate, because like I said, it's like you said, we don't know everything, but we've got some really good key contacts that we can bring and help give them that platform to educate those who want to, learn.
Well, knowing you and seeing your history, I'm sure you're surrounding yourself with very successful people and people that know what you're talking about. And that's key. That's key in any industry. It doesn't matter what it is. Do that.
100%.
And so when people come into the event, any little teasers you can throw out there? Anything like, hey, come by, talk to me. We're giving away this. We're giving away this. The attendees love free stuff.
Love the free stuff.
Don't tell me you're giving away free squishy balls or anything. Maybe.
We're gonna have we'll have actually t-shirts like this. We'll have some t-shirt giveaways, and then anybody that's actually that wants it. We're going to have we're going to go over the actual exact checklist that I use in the Bright Beginnings course. And you're going to get, they're going to get a copy of that. So if they want to, take it home and implement it right away into their business, or they want to make some modifications, whatever, but they'll at least get a good template and they'll see exactly what we go over in that Bright Beginnings course.
Yeah, cool. I'm a size large, by the way.
Okay, I'll make sure I got plenty of large.
All right, looking forward. I love shirts. I love getting shirts. I love representing.
The swag's always good. Yeah,
I love it. I love it. So what are you doing? So this is a question I'm asking everybody that comes on here. Yeah. What is Scott doing? I know you got a lot of stuff, a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
What is Scott doing to level up in 2025? Personally, business wise, both of them. If you got them.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a real good question. So personally,
it's not an easy one. I'll tell you.
No, I know. Yeah, no.
I'm sorry to throw you on the spot, but
I actually love this because that's one thing that I'm always done. A lot of self-help, if you will. But my faith would be number one. That's been a real big thing on my plate, especially the last 6 months. And then on a business standpoint, gosh, I think I've already spent. Well, I know I've already spent over $10,000 in just coaching. So it's like I'm always trying to get better, right? One thing that I'm hoping that I can provide as I continue to get better is the leadership. And I see a lot of, talking to different contractors, there's kind of a revolving door, right? So I think some of that starts from the top, right? And I want to make sure that, when we bring people in, that we're doing better, but, I've got to learn that, I've got to get better. What can I do? Essentially I work for whoever works for me, and what can we do? So that's really my focus this year is really, the leadership. And then, like I said, my faith and restoring that and keeping it strong.
Yeah. And you can always work on your faith, and not you in particular, but we can always work on it. And that's something I'm focused on as well. Finding purpose, what is your purpose in life? And
right.
I see your hat. So you got your, you're with the right person. Scott's got that, not just because he's wearing the hat.
Right. Yeah.
And I know he's got the right values there. And let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I know we're running out of time here. Well, I think we got all day.
So
let's talk about faith and business. Let's talk about, that's something I'm going to be talking about here pretty soon. Values-driven business. Are you taking your values, do you have values? I know people have core values and all that stuff in their business. This is how we function. Are you functioning your business based on the value? Are you truly functioning your business based on those values? Are you truly your life on those values? How important is it to you to bring, your values of faith and incorporate that into your business?
Yeah. I mean,
it's a loaded question. I know it's a tough one. And
no. I mean, so to me, everything kind of trickles down through the top. And when you can kind of set the page for, what you do by your actions, are going to speak a lot. And, that's certainly something that, I try to do better and try to incorporate. But when you bring in, just with the leadership and really kind of grounding yourself and trying to help out, your employees, I very much want to be in the mix of things and not just, pointing a finger, do this, truly leading the way. But, it is, I think that just over the last few years, especially too, just the kind of world we've lived in, wasn't too sure where we were going. I wasn't too sure where maybe even I was, wanting to go at times. So, I think, I don't want to be a Bible thumper, but I really do think that, I would say the best thing that I did is I just started a relationship with God, talking to him. And then everything kind of starts to fall into place. But that would be where I would say you would want to start, is just develop a relationship, talk to him.
It's never too late.
No, never. Never too late to do anything. I'm 47 years old starting a business,
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, God's got you. He's gonna lead you in the right path and take care of you. So I love that.
Yeah. So it's, and I may or may not, a little sneak thing. I got to talk with you a little bit here too, but I'll put you a little bit on the spot. But I have I have two great kids.
Yeah.
I would say my oldest is probably, he's 17 going on 48.
Yeah.
And, has done some really great stuff already with his business. And, I think there are some things that he does that could be really beneficial for all those in the service business. And I would love to maybe have him get about 10 minutes on the stage at the end, because I think, he's so well spoken, and I think that he could provide some really good information too.
Hey, if you think it's value, I think it's value. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's bring him on.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Has he done this before? He's been on stage? It doesn't matter if he's been on stage. Is he going to be nervous? Is he going to be ready for this?
Right. Yeah. I'm going to be way more nervous than he is. I can promise you that. I'll put it on the record now. I mean, I got great content. I don't know if I'm the best speaker in the world, but I got good content. He's a little different. He used to do modeling and stuff like that, and had to do monologues on stages for different events. So he's real comfortable with it, or he makes it look a lot better than I can do it. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
he's more than welcome. Just come on, bring him up there, and people would love to hear what he has to say.
Yeah. I think it would be good, and it won't take up much time, but I think it'd be a good little ending.
Takes all the time in the world, whatever he wants. Very cool. Scott, anything else you want to throw out there? Hey, this is why you should come see me speak. This is what I'm, throw him a bone.
Yeah, no, I mean, the only thing I would throw out there is, education. I don't care, I will hope that you come here and see me speak if you're looking to get into landscape lighting. But I really do think, that, like you said, I like the question at the end, I mean, building your success, having those goals, and really always trying to improve yourself. I mean, I think that's a huge thing. And I just, mindset, I would recommend that there's a app that I listen to every single day called Mindset, and it's great. It gets me through some hard times.
Have you listened to it today?
Yes, I listened to it.
What did it tell you? What did it tell you today? Help us out.
So today I actually had David Goggins yelling at me, calling me a pussy and stuff, but
he's
yes, he's a good one. Honestly though, the best takeaway is that, one of the big things I get is you just can't care about what other people say or think, and I think in today's society with all the social media out there, it's really easy to start comparing yourself to other people. You are not them and they are not you. And just know that you do your own thing and you go strong that way.
Yeah. There was a David Goggins. It was a whole 18 minutes of him just talking, just motivational stuff. Yeah. And I used to run to that. So I'd play it 3 times. I'd go out to run, I'd play it 3 times. And it just pushed me. It drove me. And it's crazy. David Goggins, if you don't know who he is, look him up. Make sure you follow him, find out what he's, has to say, because it's an amazing story. The whole the runs he's done, the 100 miles, the Badwater. I mean, that's insane. I think there's a documentary on it, but it's insane. So check it out if you can.
The guy, goes to a whole nother level, and it is something awesome to watch. But hey, real quick, you look really good though too. I mean, I can definitely tell. I mean, I'm really
doing my best.
Trying
to hit the gym, trying to catch up to a lot of people. So
I can tell.
I love it. I've made some big changes over the last 6-8 months, and I'm happy. And it's always evolving, always changing. Trying to become closer to God, all that stuff. So
100%.
And it's great. So loving it.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, you look good, and I appreciate you letting me come on, and I'm real excited about CLIPA. So, our CLIPA.
Clipper. Yeah. Wow. I had somebody say that one time. I was like, I actually like that name. Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. And I want to thank our sponsors, Mr. Pipeline Action Lighting. It's coming across the bottom there. So I'm just going to read it. S4 Lights, Tough Clips, Tencel, Gordian Staffing. We'll be talking to them a little bit later today. Holiday Home Concepts, Lightorama, and more to come. So without them, this would not be possible. So without people like Scott, without the sponsors, this CLIPA conference that we're putting on, it would not be possible. So we do want to thank everybody that has partaked in this. And a lot of people have been doing this for years and come and support us and helping us out, helping us make this a great event. And we're looking to do that again this year with people like Scott on stage, sharing their knowledge and everything they know. So looking forward to it. August 19th and 20th, 2025. It's right there. If you can't see it, it's right there below. Nashville, Tennessee, the Gaylord Opryland Resort. Nice. Beautiful place. Make sure you get a map when you first get there because you will get lost, but that's okay. It's a journey. If you get lost, it's beautiful lost. So just enjoy being lost because that place is amazing. Have you ever been there, Scott?
I have not, but I mean, Nashville is just, wow. An amazing city anymore.
Make sure you get your map because you will get lost. There's so many atriums and like different things, but it's beautiful. I mean, you're lost. You're like, I don't even care because this is amazing. I'm lost here. I'm just gonna hang out in this area for a couple hours. So
yeah. No,
anyway, Scott,
looking forward to it.
I'm blessed to have you part of this, and we appreciate you being part of CLIPA Con 2025. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you very much, and take care.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Take care.
All right. Thank you all for joining us today, and stay tuned for upcoming interviews that we have, and join us for CLIPA Con. Get your tickets. You can visit clipa.com, click on CLIPA Con, and that'll take you to the purchase screen somewhere in there. There's a button that says purchase. You can find it. So anyway, join us August 19th and 20th. We'd love to see you out there. Looking forward to seeing you in Nashville. Take care, all.